Today is, I believe, March 9th, 8th or 9th, on the day of International Women's Day. And I have a message, something to say to all women around the world. My name is Winnie Spencer. And my research company, Bioorganic Research International Canada, have been working on several formulas for the cure for cancer. We've been doing this for years. Last year, February 3rd, 2016, we realized that we have a cure for cancer. We were and still are excited. We were and still am excited. And we communicated this to a few people outside our group, including the security guard at Mass Library in Toronto, Massey's Maria A. Shuker Library in Toronto. And we also communicated this to the senior private tutor at that said library. That be that as it may, because of other findings that we discovered, we realized that we could hold off filing a patent for it now until we conclude one way or the other the relevance that this formula may have with regard to Parkinson's disease. And the reason for that is this. During the course of our years of discovery, of research, discovery, we came upon a situation where we realized that one of the defects in the cause for cancer is illegal drugs that interferes with the proper and complete synthesis of proteins that ultimately become cancerous. And we recollect, and we've always had an interest in also finding a cure for Parkinson's, even before Michael J. Fox made an impassioned speech to Congress about the need to increase funding for the research cure for Parkinson's during his lifetime. We were interested in this as way back as 2004. Be that as it may, we found out that one of the reasons that causes Parkinson's disease is the protein dopamine, which is incomplete in its processing. For example, briefly, when the DNA orders a protein to be made, it gives specific instructions that it should include, and we're just going to use the symbolism. Bear in mind that there are only 4 letters of the alphabet, the DNA alphabet. So if we just akin it to maybe A and D and C and AD and C, a series of it, this is precisely what should be made. So if the DNA stipulates that the protein dopamine should be made with, just for example, 25 different amino acids, in addition to other things, because the primary production of proteins is amino acids. And if the production of dopamine is missing one amino acid, it does not work. It will not work the same way originally. It will result in the shake. So we discovered that the protein dopamine in Parkinson's is not being synthesized with the correct amount of amino acids. And just as there's a similarity between defects in the protein causing mutation in proteins causing cancer, at least one of the reasons, we found that we surmised that at that time this could be the primary reason for the effects of Parkinson's disease and the resultant effects of shaking and uncontrol of the muscles. So we decided, wow, why don't we just continue and see if we can either tweak our formula or find a different formula that will address that problem. Engineer a different formula. We're that close to it, we might as well just, hey, go the extra mile. And we may or may not find a solution, but we were willing to try, so we did. And during the last year, from February 3rd, last year, today is February 9th, 8th, International Women's Day, we have found the answer. Actually, we found it about three months ago. And we've been looking for outside proof. As we have done in our approach, the approach that we've taken is that when we find something, we also look for other independent sources to verify what we have found. And we don't rely on our findings only, although we could. We like to be thorough. So to speak, we think outside the box. We're saying, hey, if this thing works, if it is the sole reason for it is an incomplete processing of the proteins, the incomplete synthesis of the protein, dopamine, then it could be one of several 100,000 amino acids that is not included in that protein dopamine. And therefore what we had to do, or what was necessary to do, was for us to find a substance, devise, chemically engineer a substance that will be able to catalyze a series of chemical reactions to make any protein that is missing from dopamine to correct the problem. And this is why it took that long, from February 4th, 2016 to today, International Women's Day in the year 2017. We have found, engineered a compound that is effective in correcting the defects in the synthesis of the protein dopamine effectively to eradicate the defects and to eradicate the symptoms of the disease called Parkinson's. Indeed, Michael J. Fox, and I address this to you, you were prophetic in your passionate plea to the Senate in asking them to put more money into funding for the cure for Parkinson's so that a cure could be found in your lifetime. Indeed, We believe a cure is found in your lifetime. We believe we have found that cure. Other research companies may also find the same thing, or they may find a similar thing. As soap, there are different kinds of soap will do the same job. And as long as our formula is not the same as their formula, or if someone, that is in the case, if someone else or some other research company has found a cure, that's fine, the more the merrier. But we are keeping our formula under wraps until we have filed a patent for it. In the meanwhile, we are inviting a few people, and we'll examine it on a case by case, to do a demonstration for which we will charge them nothing, and we will require them to pay us nothing other than signing our confidential agreement. We are cautiously optimistic. We're excited, but we are cautiously optimistic. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is a once in a lifetime generation. This is akin, perhaps, to the first black president of the United States of America. I am not oblivious to the color of my skin, but it's an undaunting task. I am not daunted by it. That said, I embrace the opportunity and the privilege to be able to contribute to the advancement of mankind in the cure for a problematic disease, and in giving hope to us women around the world that there is a lasting cure for cancer. I leave you with one point that we are tremendously excited about, and this opens another door. What we're saying now, as excited as it is, as phenomenal as it appears to be, in our book, it appears to be only a tip of the iceberg. And that's what gets us excited. Of course, there's always a few domino games that we can go play. We all play dominoes among ourselves to what you call chill out. Get our feet back on the ground for a few days and then start working again on another day, a few other days after that. You see, when we're excited and we find great things, or things that we think are significantly important, we just go chill. And to chill, we either go play dominoes, play cards among ourselves or among any other group, or go kick back at the racetrack and just enjoy the moment. Then after a few days we get back to work, and that's how we've been able to keep our feet on the ground and keep our focus. Thank you for your patience. Have yourselves a great and healthy day, and we look forward to, again, the next video that will be posted will be one which actually shows a demonstration of, we have 3 people in mind, of the cure for Parkinson's. Too bad we can't demonstrate the cure for cancer on video, because the symptoms are not physical. But since the symptoms of Parkinson's are physical and visible, we can demonstrate that. Thank you. We look forward to our next video to you. Have yourselves a great and healthy day.